Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is a nationwide CRM trainer for Bold Trail CRM, the owner of Core Coaching for Real Estate, and team lead for Show Me Texas Real Estate with J. Parr Real Estate. Please welcome Courtney Schafer. Courtney, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Dylan.
I understand that you're in Ontario today by way of Texas. How is Ontario?
It is gorgeous. We're outside, so hopefully the noise level stays down, but it is gorgeous. It feels like air conditioning outside, a lot different than the 100 degrees in Texas. So yes, it's beautiful.
I am a little jealous. This is probably the perfect time of year to be in Ontario, right?
It is. It is. My husband's Canadian, so we have family up here.
Okay, so you're up there. Well, what is it? How would you say, Ontario versus Texas? I've not been up there. What's the culture like up there?
It is. My Canadian family is hilarious. I think every single Canadian is probably the funniest people I've ever met. A lot of our comedians come from Canada, and it's beautiful. It's called God's country for a reason. So it's easy to have a green thumb up here. So everything's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Some of it is, I grew up in the East Coast and lived in Boston for like 5 or 6 years. And so I said, I don't know if I ever want to deal with the cold, but then I see these beautiful landscapes like the one behind you. And I said, maybe I got to check it out, at least in the summer. And then I can snowbird down to, I don't know, Tampa, Florida or something like this. But
my husband is Texan.
There you go. I want to ask you, Courtney, about getting into the real estate space, right? So right now, of course, you're in the coaching space, but how did you get into real estate?
I got in real estate when I had littles, and I was basically a Houstonian in Houston, Texas, and I helped real estate agents kind of find homes for their clients that weren't Houstonians. So I just stayed at home and I helped other agents and really kind of enjoyed finding that special home for their clients. So I kind of really received a lot of positive feedback. And then my real estate agent basically wanted me to work with her. And so I did. Claudia Price, amazing woman. And so we bought and sold a couple homes together. And then I decided to get my real estate license. And I jumped into it for part-time. And then my productivity coach was like, you were in sports, right? And so I said, yes. And so she really touched my competitive side. And so it really didn't happen for me in real estate until I took a cap before December 31st. And if you are from Texas, then you're familiar with Harvey, the hurricane. And so it really devastated Houston. Yeah. And so the day Harvey hit, I was supposed to be in this first day of the class, and that was in August. And so from August to December 31st, I had to cap. And I didn't do it. It was hard. They gave us play money, $80,000, and we were running down to the classes so we weren't late. And You would lose $10,000 if you were late to anything, which taught us to be on time or, early. And so I didn't cap by December 31st, but I capped by the end of January. So it was beautiful. I had a whole half a year to get 100% commission. It was just a really good, competitive, encouraging moment for me. And then I realized through that, really doing everything that we're taught in real estate, make your phone calls, time management, everything we're supposed to be doing. If you do it, it works. And so then the systems and the technology came into play. And that was my new mountain to climb. And I climbed it and I really enjoyed it. And then I started educating other agents. And so it's more like collaboration rather than competition. So I really enjoyed that part.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Let's talk about climbing the mountain for a sec. So I'm a newly licensed agent and really haven't done anything, if I'm being completely transparent, on the real estate agent side. Prior to this, and still to this day, I'm very passionate about wholesale and worked with lots of investors and distressed sellers. And I think one of the things that taught me is, which is so true, is real estate is a contact sport. You mentioned like sports kind of mentality. It is, right? You really have
Yes,
to
absolutely.
be out there. You know what I mean? And what was your process like and growing and getting those deals and getting to your cap, and how did that go for you?
I would have to say that going from being a brand new agent into a really competitive, intense, what seasoned agents were doing and had mastered over years, I was kind of really pushed into it. And really, I think that really helped me have a good foundation of my business. Rather than just going out and selling, I had a foundation for my business. And a lot of new agents miss that step, miss setting up their business. Forget it that it's real estate, forget you're selling houses, but having that foundation of a business. And that means get your Google business. That's free. There's all these free things that you need to do to set up your business to actually that you don't have to go back, right? We've all heard the class, back to the basics. It's because the agents haven't done that from the beginning. So especially with their technology. Everybody asks, how long does it take to train an assistant? That's, and they're like, never, or forever. But really, when you set your systems up, it's a defined set time. Yeah. And so for 2 or 3 months, you can set up all of your systems, all of your processes, and then that'll save you at least, I guarantee you can save at least 30 hours a week just by setting up your systems in advance.
I agree completely. And I know I'm not doing enough of this, but just simple things like when you say setting up in advance, I just think about like calendar blocking my next 2 days even, right? And I know that that's such a granular, small thing to do, right? But it's just a thing for me. I was thinking about this today, like maybe I'll do 1 day in advance. And then of course, if I have events and if I have podcasts that are on my calendar, but what am I doing to time block my free time, right? What am I doing to time block that time so that it's structured, so that when I'm going to sleep today, I'm thinking about, okay, tomorrow, but then also the next day to kind of keep the momentum going there. I do want to pivot a bit though here, Courtney, and ask you about selling and building a sellable business in the real estate space, because we talked about this a little bit. You mentioned it before hopping on the podcast here.
Yes.
And I've heard, that it can be challenging to build a sellable business in real estate, because what is it that you're exactly selling? If you don't have, lots of property, or if you're a listing agent, right? What is it that you're selling? And in my mind, a lot of it is the connections and the team and the CRM. So walk me through how to build a sellable business.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So it's very simple. A lot of people think it's complicated, but there's a statistic that is it's changed. It's about if you have 300 people in your CRM system that you are nurturing, that you're communicating with, that they know you, they want to work with you, and let's say 300, you're going to get 10% of that 300 as transactions. So you don't have to have thousands and thousands and spam and bug people. You can keep it very simple in your numbers as long as you're intentional. Your education, to the consumer and to your clients. Transparency, right? We're all dealing with transparency. So all of these things, you don't have to have a huge database to be able to sell it, because if you're, 10% of 300 is 30. And so if you had 30 transactions, you could literally sell that or transfer that to another agent and retire. Glenda Baker was, put that in one of her little reels, that there are seasoned agents that want to partner with retiring agents. And the easiest way is a CRM because it just transfers the data. We're a little bit different though. We actually request that the agent stays on 6 months to a year so they can actually integrate the team to help them, and then a retirement party. So an actual real estate retirement party. So it's all packaged with a nice big bow. We actually teach them how to put their CRM together and actually organize it so their clients, they don't drop off because it's just a different person. It's actually nurtured in a new way and in really kind way to the agent and to their customers. So I'd have to say kindness is going to be one of the pillars that when you transfer over your business to another agent, there's business brokers all over the place,
Right.
that, can audit a business. And that's what we kind of do, is we audit a business to see, how much revenue is going to come in and actually set up a plan for that agent.
I think a lot of people who are building teams are excited to hear this because you think, I'm building the team, but it's so that we can do more volume, but it's also so that you can have a business that's more valuable as well, because their connections are your connections. Do you need to be a broker to sell a real estate business, or can individual agents or team leads sell their business as well?
They can. Yes. No, you don't need a broker.
And how common is that right now?
It's not common because agents, last year was like the worst year in 30 years in the real estate residential. So a lot of agents just left and they had a gold mine in their database. And their gold mine is their cell phone, all the contacts, right? So they got out of the business, and a lot of seasoned agents are like, before you get out of the business, let's chat. Before you get out of the business. And you'll see a lot of that start coming, and really sharing, before you get out of the business, talk to me. And it doesn't matter where you are. It's really about the agent and how long they have worked. The consumer thinks that, the 30 minutes that you spend to sign the contract at the title company is, that's all the work that they've ever done. And it's not the 90 hours that they spend on a transaction, right? So nobody sees that part. Or the continuing education, or, juggling, driving all over the place for free. So they really don't see that. So it's really, even agents think, oh, well, what is my little database worth? Probably not a whole lot. So I'm actually going to move inside because it is getting loud. But that's okay. I have to say that is really important to agents to understand, and we want to educate agents. And it's not easy to educate agents of getting out of the business. So being a mentor and a coach, we really work towards their goal. What are they trying to achieve rather than our goal trying to coach them?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Now, I don't know if you can answer this question, so you may have to pass on this one, but I'm so new to this. I'm curious if someone is doing, 20 to 30 transactions a year in Texas, which is good, right? You're making a good living doing that if you're doing
Excellent.
that, right? And they decide, you know what? I'm going to get out of the business. I'm going to go do something else. And they don't take any money, right? They don't sell their business or what have you. Then, right, they missed an opportunity. But if they were to go sell their business, what would the process be? And then maybe what would be the range that they could sell it for?
So it's not necessarily, and I'll be completely transparent, they're not actually getting a lump sum of money to sell their business. It is actually on the transactions that we nurture after they retire. Then they get, it's almost like referrals. So, but there's different scenarios on how to set it up, and we coach them through that. So let's say that Dallas agent that you have maybe been in the business for 5 years. You have a database and you've done maybe 15 to 30 transactions per year. And so then we kind of project it out. So if that continues, or let's say maybe it's half of it because some of the agents want to be loyal to you specifically, but they don't, know the next people coming in or the team that's coming in to help them. So that's really on us to nurture them. But at the same time, we know that there's a percentage that's going to drop off, right? Because maybe their neighbor is a real estate agent or their niece is a real estate agent. So we really kind of project it out, and then it's like a referral lead. So, and then we kind of work with the different scenarios. It's kind of a deep dive on the different scenario that they can choose.
Okay. So there's effectively a way for them to have residual income from their business without being in the business, right?
Absolutely.
Now, is it advisable? And again, if this is something you don't want to answer, of course, tell me. But is it advisable for them to keep their license after the fact, or would it be better for them if they?
Those are the different scenarios, so they can keep their license. There's also several other ways that we can do it. It really depends on their transaction level, price point level, what they're looking to get out of it. Some agents think it's too complicated, but it is a simple process. So it really is a deep dive conversation on their needs. Also, it can even go further to, if they pass away, the residuals can go, to their children. They can pass it down.
Yeah.
And so there's different scenarios, and each agent will choose which one they like.
Courtney, we are coming up on time here. Thank you for giving us some gold here today. Where can folks go if they'd maybe like to learn more about your business, or maybe have questions themselves about scaling a sellable real estate business?
Well, you can go to corecoaching.realestate. That's our website. And then we're on Instagram and Facebook, and it's at Core Coaching for Real Estate. And you can find us there.
Courtney, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Dylan.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.